Hi everyone and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a favourites video, and I was looking through my videos to see what I should film and whether I was due a favourites video, and the last one I filmed was in May, so I would say we're kind of due a favourites video. Everything in here is kind of makeup, skincare, hair care based, and I was going to pull out some fashion bits that I've been loving at the moment, but I thought that I've probably got enough to do a separate video, and that all the stuff that I'm really into at the moment fashion wise, and like Converse and blazers and handbags and accessories and stuff, most of them are still available now, so if that's something you want to see, let me know. I thought that this would be a really good way to kick off Vlogtober, seeing as we've kind of shut the door on September and we're starting a new month. So with me doing Vlogtober, I have a lot of days in October that I need to fill up with videos, so I will be doing a mixture of vlogs and then normal videos as well. So let me know if that's something that you want to see, because I'll get that filmed for you all and uploaded pretty quickly so that everything's still in stock if you're interested in anything, because there's nothing worse than me telling you about something and it not being available if you really like it. So I'm going to crack on into this because I've got quite a lot of stuff to talk about, and everything in here I absolutely adore at the moment and have done for the past few months. I was doing my makeup sat at my desk for a long time because all of my makeup was in my office and in my storage when I was in the other room, and recently I've just filled the drawer in my dressing table with little bits and pieces to compact, like compartments, like the ones like these from Muji, just plastic tubs. Little sneak peek there. And I've popped in bits of stuff that I'm using on the everyday. So if that's another video you'd be interested in, like my everyday go-to dressing table makeup drawer, what I've got in there, then let me know, and how I kind of, when I say how I store everything, I just throw it back in, but I'll tidy it for you. So I've been using the same products over and over again because they're all in that drawer and I've not switched it up in a long time, but I don't really feel the need to because I've been loving everything in there. So I'm going to share some things with you today. These are by the brand Pixi and they are their glow peel pads. Now I've mentioned these on my channel before. I love that they come in a little tub because it's great for travel and just storing them in general. They have in them 20% glycolic acid and rose water, and they are an advanced exfoliating treatment. So I use these as a toner maybe 3 times a week. You basically get a little soaked cotton pad which is textured on either side, and I use these just to literally scrub my face, and I get my usage out of these if I've got any areas on my face where I've got a little bit more texture, because the glycolic acid is brilliant for that. It's brilliant for kind of like resurfacing the skin, cleaning out the pores. It's a really good exfoliation. The skin benefits from exfoliation a lot. So if I've got any areas, I normally get a bit of texture down here, so I literally scrub that and then just go all over the face, down the neck, and then I'd go in with, I sometimes use a spray toner because it can feel quite drying. Go in with a spray toner and then I just carry on with my skincare routine. I love these, they work, they make a difference to my skin massively. When I've not used these for a while, I'd run out. If I go back to them, I can just feel the difference in my skin, and they make you look healthy. They really bring the skin back to life, and I would definitely recommend them. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. So it's a little bit of a lighter texture than you'd expect a normal liquid foundation to be. It's probably, I would say, a light to medium coverage, which you can build up. I have the shade Bamboo, which is 5.5, and it's perfect. It's the perfect colour match for me, and they have so many different shades of this. I took this on holiday with me because for the days where I wanted a little bit of coverage but not too much, I popped this on and it works perfectly, and as I say, it could be built up. I've also been mixing this in with other foundations and it works beautifully. If you're by a counter, I would definitely recommend going and seeing if you can get a tester of this to try it, especially if you're someone that on a day-to-day basis doesn't like a heavy makeup look. This is a really nice lighter base. So this is a more affordable base, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation, and I've got the shade 202 Creamy Natural, which I would say is pretty spot on for my skin tone and my skin colour. So it says it gives up to 24-hour wear, and I don't know whether that's true or not. I'm never going to wear a foundation for 24 hours, but it does last a really long time on the skin. This is a glowy medium to full coverage foundation, but not too glowy. It's more of a radiant satin finish. I did try the Infallible foundation from L'Oreal and I loved it. The original one It was just a little bit too flat and too matte for me. So this is the perfect version of that foundation for me, and I would definitely recommend it if you're after something that's a bit more of a medium to full coverage, that is affordable. I love the packaging, it's so easy to just throw in your makeup bag, and it's a really nice foundation. I'm actually wearing it today, mixed in with the Makeup Forever HD stick, which is another favourite that I want to talk to you about, which I've definitely mentioned before and probably have mentioned it in favourites because I've been going through this foundation for months. And this is in the shade 118, which is Y325. I never know why they give two numbers. So I pop this on, I do like 2 swipes here, a bit on the forehead, chin, 2 swipes there, and I dampen my beauty blender, and then I pop a little bit of that Pro Glow foundation on the back of my hand and mix it all in together. And because this one is a little bit more warm toned and that is a little bit lighter, it just kind of creates the perfect shade and the perfect texture for me. I like that this is more coverage and it's a bit more flawless. This is gorgeous on its own. It's one of my top 3 foundations that I've ever tried. It's just something that if I know I need to look amazing and that my skin needs to look perfect for if I'm going out and I want it to last, I'll go for this, and it just stays in place. It's easy to apply. I always apply it with a beauty blender or a Real Techniques Miracle Sponge, and I love it so much. It's worth the price. I would definitely recommend it. Okay, so for powders, this is a little bit pricier, and this is the Ambient Lighting palette from Hourglass. This is essentially a face powder palette. So this is dim light, incandescent and radiant. And when I first bought this, I thought to myself, do I really need 3? But I didn't know what colour I wanted and whether I'd like them or not, and it worked out a little bit better to get 3 in a palette rather than to get 1 and get the wrong shade. So I generally on a day-to-day basis use the middle one. I'm confusing things, turning it upside down. I use the middle one under my eyes because it's just a little bit brighter, and then I use, it's a little bit pinker as well, and then I use this one normally all over my face. It's just a little bit yellower. I don't think that is a word. And then this one at the end is a little bit browner, so I would use this either to like go over my bronzer, or if I'm tanned I use this one at the end, but I use these 2 shades the most. And I am obsessed with it. I'm wearing it today and I just find that it gives the most perfect finish to any foundation. Anything that I've used this palette, these powders over, that honestly, I call them miracle powders. Every time I use this, I am blown away by it, and I didn't want to like it because they're so expensive and everybody said how good they were, but they don't have like glitter particles in them. They just have something in them that makes you look so healthy and like you're lit from within. And I know that is so cliche, but honestly I can't get enough of them. I recently did my sister-in-law's makeup and she never uses a powder, and I was like, I'm gonna set your face with this. It won't make you look cakey, you can't see it on the skin, it's not thick by any means, it's so light, and like I said to her, I promise you it will make your skin look amazing, and it did. You just try it, go and try them. If you can get your hands on the palette, I've actually just bought a new one in Space NK where you get like the blushes and the bronzers as well, which I'm kind of tempted by. If you can't afford that, put it on your Christmas list, try them, they're incredible. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit annoying now and talk about something that isn't that easily available in the UK, so I apologise if you are in the UK. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this is something that I have talked about and talked about and talked about on my channel. This is a brand spanking new one, so it's very, very nice and still all very much intact. I got this when I was in the States. You can find them in all of the drugstores like Ulta, CVS, and I'm obsessed with it. It smells like suntan lotion mixed with Malibu. Really, really tropical and just gorgeous. Every time I open it, I'm just like, but it's a really good bronzer. Works out about £10–11 I think, and I'm wearing it today, although I don't think I've got the lighting setting right on this camera and you can't really tell that I'm wearing bronzer from where I'm sitting, but I promise you it's a gorgeous bronzer. I have found a website over here that stocks this, but I've never ordered from it, so I don't know how credible it is or anything like that. But if you get the chance to try this, try it, snap it up, because they are so good. They aren't shimmery, they go on really nicely, and they make you look healthy and bronzed without looking like you're wearing bronzer. The best bronzer I've ever used. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I've got the shade NC12, C20 and C20. I tried this when I went for a makeover maybe a few months ago, a year ago with my sister, and I said to her I've never tried a matte concealer, so can you use one that I'll fall in love with and want to buy? And it worked. I got this. So in MAC they do an NW and an NC, which stands for warm tone and cool tone. So this is more yellow toned than the warmer concealers, which means that when you pop it under your eyes, it really brightens. It works really well with any like blue pigment that you've got from bags and not sleeping, and it just, I'm wearing it today and it really lifts my under eye area. I honestly could compare it. It's kind of like a mixture between the Tarte Shape Tape and the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, because it's a little bit more liquidy, but it's got the coverage, if you build it up, of the Tarte Shape Tape. It doesn't crease, it lasts all day, and it's a gorgeous colour and it really brightens up under the eyes. It's just something that I know if I go to it, it will work, and I've been wearing it every single day. Only a few more things left. I told you I had a few, but I've not done a favourites in a while, so I've got a lot to tell you about. Now this next thing really I should have cleaned before I'm about to talk to you about it, because it is gross. This is my Little Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette. So I have them all in a little Z palette. I've got more of them in a big Z palette. Let me find one. There we go. So here, and I actually do need to shift them around because there's some gorgeous shades in this one that I never use, like Chickadee, and then this one I think is Morocco. I have my 9 most used at the moment shades in here. It's really grubby. These are all Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and if any of you have never tried Makeup Geek eyeshadows before, you need to. Honestly, you really need to. They are so affordable. I think they're about £5–6, and then the foiled ones like this, which are more kind of like a pigmented shimmery eyeshadow, are a little bit more, maybe like £8, but they are amazing quality, and their mattes are so easy to work with. The colour range is insane. I'm just going to talk you through a couple of my favourites that I use on the daily from this palette, but this is just to give a shout out to Makeup Geek in general because their eyeshadows are phenomenal. So this one here is Peach Smoothie, and I use this every single day. I haven't used it today, but every single day when I'm doing like a warm bronzy eyeshadow look, I'll start with this one, and it's just the perfect transition colour. Everything blends beautifully into this colour, and if you can just see a little bit of Peach Smoothie at the top where you've like blended other eyeshadow into, it's just a gorgeous colour and it just works so well. If you are not the best at blending eyeshadows and you want something that will help, this will change your life, I promise you. I'm going to do a makeup look using some of these soon, so you'll see it in action. And then Cosmopolitan here is more of a pinky champagne colour, and it's kind of like, I would say it's a bit of a duochrome. So is this one down here. This one is Havoc. This one is a really big dupe for MAC Club eyeshadow. It's gorgeous. Sometimes it looks brown, red, sometimes it looks green and purple. It's beautiful. And then this one is Grandstand, which is, I think, oh, bloody hell. Oh shit, I've just put my nail in it. Hey, bloody hell, Amy. Oh, now it's going everywhere. Yep, and it is Grandstand. That was all very unnecessary. This one's Grandstand, and this is a gorgeous rose goldy bronze eyeshadow that looks incredible all over the lid, or mixed in with purples or even browns to create a really nice makeup look. That is my Makeup Geek palette. The Z palettes and also the Makeup Geek eyeshadows are all available from Beauty Bay, but I'll link everything down below so you can go and check things out and have a look at the different shades and stuff. The Z palettes, ZZ, aren't that expensive either, and they're really handy because they're magnetic and you can pop any single eyeshadows in there that have a magnetic base, and they come with stickers, so even if they're not magnetic you can pop a sticker on the bottom and pop them in these palettes. Okay, 2 last makeup items, and they are lips. The first one is Kat Von D Lolita 2 liquid lipstick, and I love this. I wore it so much on holiday. It's kind of like a burnt orange Auburny red. It's beautiful. It's obviously the second version of Lolita, but it's just a little bit more warm toned, whereas Lolita is quite cool and more of a grey purple. This one is still quite nude, easy to wear with a lot of things, but it's just a bit more autumnal, and I really like it with kind of like a really smoky golden eye. And then a lipstick that I've worn non-stop for the last few months, I'm wearing it today so you can kind of see what it looks like on the lips, is MAC's Viva Glam 2, and I'm going to throw this out there. I think this is one of the lipsticks where if you buy, so much of the money goes to charity. But I'm going to throw this out there and just say that this is my favourite ever nude lipstick, which I know is quite a claim because I have quite the nude lipstick collection, but this is just the one that on me I always want to wear. It's a little bit cooler, it goes with any makeup look, any outfit. If I don't know what to wear on my lips, I'll grab this and I love it. And if you need, well, we never need them. If you're after a new MAC lipstick, give this one a try because it's really nice. So moving on to hair stuff, a lot of you will know that before I had all my hair chopped off, can you tell I just couldn't be bothered today? I've literally just, oh that's attractive, popped it up on the top of my head. Oops. Dropped it. Yeah, put it up on top of my head because I couldn't be bothered. But before I had my hair chopped off, I had a real problem with knots and it just being really dry, and I could never brush through my hair. When I went to America, I don't know if I ever mentioned this to any of you, but my cousin has quite a sensitivity to like chemicals that are in certain products and really strong scented things. So before I went out there, sourced things that were kind of organic and with natural products, which I know we really should be doing anyway, but we get sucked in, don't we? And I had never heard of this before, and some of you, probably if any of you've got kids, you might have seen this. Obviously I don't, and I don't tend to go down the children's aisles that much in Boots and Tesco's and things like that. But I came across this, I just typed in like sensitive natural hair detanglers because I can't live without a hair detangler. Even now it still gets knotty and it's half the length it was. And I spotted this on Amazon. It was between £4 and £5, and after buying this and really liking it and doing more research into the brand, I've realised that they are quite an established brand and they're everywhere and seem to do lots of different things for children, like bath, shower gel products. They seem to be a really good brand. So I bought this, and it's the Child's Farm suitable for sensitive and eczema prone skin, dermatologist approved hair detangler, and this has in it grapefruit and organic tea tree. I was a little bit put off by the tea tree at first because I thought it is quite a strong smell, and I didn't know whether I'd love it, but it is so good. I had the L'Oreal Kids one, and I found I used to have to spray half the bottle on my hair to get through any knots. This one, you need half the amount. You need just a few sprays. It works incredibly, and the smell is just a really nice fresh smell. It's not overpowering with tea tree or anything like that. It says here that it's an award-winning detangling spray with grapefruit and organic tea tree oil, that it will brush out the toughest of knots and tangles, and the tea tree oil deters head lice too, which obviously isn't the reason I bought this, but if you've got a little one, I imagine that that's a plus point. Over 98% of its ingredients are naturally derived. I can't rave about this enough. If you're after a hair detangler, if you have a little one running around and they need a new hair detangler, try this. And then with that hair detangler, I use the wet brush, and this is by the Wet Brush company. I use the Wet Brush Pro, which they look like this, and they come in different shades of kind of like silver, grey and black, depending on the thickness of your hair. I think this is the one for thick hair. When I first got a wet brush, so many of you recommended them to me when I wasn't getting on that well with my Tangle Teezer, when I was getting out of the shower with the knots issue. And I really didn't like it. Felt like I was brushing for ages, couldn't get through my hair, and just kind of gave up. And then I picked it up one day and started using it again, and now I don't use anything else. I never ever use my Tangle Teezers. I just always use this brush. I had a pink one before, just from like the normal collection, which was great, but when I needed a new one, I thought I'd go for the thick hair one because it'll probably be more durable and last a little bit longer with my thick hair. And it's just a really, really good brush. Honestly, if you're after a new brush, if you like handled brushes, you need something that is absolutely incredible when you get out of the shower and you've got wet hair, but you can use it on dry just as well, then give these a whirl because they're really good. And honestly, I never thought that I would not use my Tangle Teezer because I preferred something else, but these are so good. So good. That is everything that I've got to show you today. I really hope you enjoyed seeing some of my favourites. There was quite a lot to get through there. I will see you all tomorrow with a vlog, because I'm going to daily vlog through October. Obviously it's Vlogtober, and then we're just going to mix things up. There'll be a normal video, then there'll be a vlog, there might be 3 vlogs in a row. I'm just going to throw them at you and see if you can keep up, basically. So I will be seeing you a lot in October. I hope you've all had a brilliant September and that you're looking forward to Christmas, dare I say it. One of my other sister-in-laws told me that she'd started her Christmas shopping a couple of weeks ago, and I was just flabbergasted. But then this morning I woke up at 6 and I started myself. I've done a little bit of Christmas shopping over the past few weeks, and this morning I bought a Christmas decoration. I don't know what's happening to me. Anyway, I'm gonna go and love you all and leave you all. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. It means a lot to see those numbers going up and just to build this little community up a little bit more. So thank you all if you have already. I'm really gonna go now because I'm waffling. Thank you, bye.